So you said we're good? Yep, check, check. All right, we're live. We're over on the Cable Dahmer side tonight. Makeup game with the Northwest Arkansas Icehogs. Games got canceled a few weeks ago when the ice storm and the 9-inch blizzard came through Kansas City. They played the Saturday evening games, and the Sunday games were canceled, which was a very wise choice, allowing Northwest Arkansas to get back on the road and get home. So they happened to be in town to play some other games this weekend, and here we are with some quickly scheduled makeup games. Russo and Smith down there warming up for the Knights. It'll either be Langston or Henkel for the Icehogs. JV action coming up after this, so stay tuned for that one also. Knights back home for varsity 3 games this weekend. OKC, Oklahoma City Warriors will be on the slate for Saturday and Sunday. And then we will finish up the regular season next weekend, heading to Jeff City to take on Midmo Tigers. Then we'll have a week off, and then we will be off to the conference championship game the week after that. Knights sitting at the number 4 seed right now. Northwest Arkansas, I believe, is the number 2 seed sitting there. Them so far, that's probably not going to happen tonight. Trip to Dallas on the travel team last weekend. If you that final tough Canadian team lost in the semis, and actually Wichita actually beat the Canadian team in the finals to win the MLK tournament for the 18U. Congratulations, Thunder. And we're still live, right? Okay. All right, warm-ups are over. We're out here on the Mavericks ice. We'll see who Kemkus puts in goal for the Knights and who the Icehogs put in goal. All right, it'll be Langston in net for the Icehogs. Not sure if we're going to do introductions tonight or not, since we're over on the other side of the ice, or the other side of the arena. It will be Russo, Jensen Russo, the senior, in net. Larson, Banks, Smith come in on the forwards. Brownie and Com on the defense. We're ready for the puck drop. Brought to you by CK Print Design. Face-off won by the Knights. Banks will send it over to Brown. Brown will dump it down into the Icehog zone. We'll just go with the Hogs. Now it's stolen by the Hogs. They'll try to bring it up the left-hand side. Chips it out in front, tries to get it to Saunders. Now grabbed by Banks, slapped off the boards. Here's Smith racing after the puck. Gets tied up as it comes into the Hog zone. Now stolen by the Hogs right at the blue line. Back out to neutral ice. Up ahead to Freed. He'll take a shot right into the gut of Russo. They'll blow this one dead. Face off in the night zone. Just underway. Line change here for the Knights. This will be Bakta, Fortner, JC. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face off down here in the night zone. Grabbed by Bakta. He'll get it over to Braun. He'll lose it. Drop puck. There it goes right to Bakta. Heads up to JC. Can't get it cleared out of the zone. Now stolen by Bakta. Tapped ahead over to Fortner. He'll lose it right at the red line. Battle for the puck. Hogs come away with it. And they're going to get an offsides. Barely offsides. Face off neutral ice. Popped up in the air. Now it'll come back to Frederick. Frederick will grab this one. Down into the Hog zone. This will come back over into the corner towards JC. Now picked up by Bakta. He gets tripped down, but does get it to Fortner. Fortner will cycle it back down low, back behind the net. Grabbed by the Hogs. They'll sling it back near side. This will be Braun sending it back behind the net. Grabbed by the Hogs back in the far corner. Poke check there by Fortner. He'll come away with the steal. Comes out front, right in front. Can't get a shot off. Langston pokes it away. Kicked off into the corner. Battle for the puck. Hogs are going to come out and chip this one out into the neutral zone. Frederick will race for it. Stick lift there. Battle for the puck up against the boards. Down into the night zone. Quick shot from the blue line right into the gut of Russo. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the night zone. 13-18 remain the first. No score. Line change here coming up for the Knights. This will bring in Larson, Smith, Banks back in. Brown and Com back on the defense. Face-off grab by Northwest Arkansas. The Hogs now chipped away, stolen by Banks. Banks will chase after it. Up the left-hand side, comes to his forehand. Shoots and scores! Kansas And with 13:08 remaining in the first, Knights take the lead 1-0. Face-off grab by the Hogs, chip down low. Now that's backhanded around the back of the net by Smith over to Com. Touched by Banks, now stolen by the Hogs. They'll retreat back into their own zone. Stolen by Smith. Smith will take a shot, kicked to the side by Langston. Pressured by Larson, grabbed up against the boards, loose puck. This will be grabbed by the Hogs. They'll cycle it over here to the near side off the wall, right over to Braun. Braun thought about going D to D, saw a Hogs player there sneaking up in the middle. Thinks better of it, dumps it down into the Hog zone. Now they'll try to clear it, bounces one off of Zwellenberg. Here comes Saunders the other way. He'll pull back, backhand to the middle, quick shot, saved by Russo, kicked off to the boards by Russo. This will be grabbed by Zwellenberg. Up the right-hand side comes Henry. He'll go right to the middle, and we got an offsides. Sanders, Wellenberg, and Dunlap are in on this one. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face off near side, neutral ice. 12-12 remaining in the first. Knights lead 1-0. Face-off bounces off Dunlap's stick. Now slapped down into the Hog zone. Dunlap working it near boards. Has it poked away, goes right to Saunders, and we're going to get Whistle. Face-off will come to neutral ice. Not sure what the call was. Face-off grab by Sanders. Loses the puck, now grabbed by the Hogs far side right at the blue line. Chipped up the right-hand side. Checked by Sanders, loose puck, grabbed by Frederick. He'll cross ice right to Dunlap. Dunlap will bring it in the right-hand side, takes it down deep, has a shot deflected. Loose puck, grabbed by Sanders, centered up front, poked away by Langston, and we're going to get a penalty. High sticking. This will be on the Icehogs, so the Knights will go to the power play. Two minutes high sticking Arnold. Face off in the Knight zone, or the Hog zone. Bakta, Fortner, JC, Com, and Brown. Face off cleared over to Fortner. Fortner gets it to Com, toes the blue line, comes up to his forehand, takes shot. Langston with a save. Poke save there by Fortner, comes right to Bakta, center ice. Now slapped at by the Hogs. This comes right to Com. Com will take another shot. That's blocked up front. Comes right to JC in the corner. Pinned up against the boards, loose puck. JC will come, or Fortner will come over, grab this one. Pulls it up high, now cycles it down low to Brown. Brown will backhand it back behind the net to JC. Backhander over to Com. Com looking for somewhere to go. He'll peel back into the corner. Now it's kicked up the boards by the Hogs. This will come all the way into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Russo. He'll leave it for Brown back behind the net. He'll wheel around far side, chips it up, tries to get it to Com. This is going to be an icing on the Knights. Face-off will come back to the Knight zone. 10:49 remaining in the first, 1:11 remaining on the Knights power play.
This KC Knights power play is brought to you by Par Electric.
Quick shot by the Hogs off the face-off. Blocked up front, now stolen by Fortner. Fortner will come up the right-hand side. Being back-checked by the Hogs. Takes it down low, centered up front. That goes past everybody. Over to Brown. His backhander doesn't get it back down deep. Battle for the puck up against the boards. Now it comes out to neutral ice. This is Bakta with a backhander. He'll get it right to Fortner. He gets back-checked by the Hogs, but comes away. He'll clear it over to Com. Com pulls back now up the right-hand side. Skates into the Hog zone. Pulls back to his backhand. Tries to center it up front. Saved by Langston. Rebound by Fortner. Rebound by Langston. Saved. Now it goes back behind the net. This will be grabbed by JC. Three quick saves there by Langston. There's all kinds of racket up in front of the net. This will come to JC. Cleared out to Zwellenberg. He'll send it back down low to JC. Backhands it over to Fortner. Centers it up front right to Bakta. Langston with another save. Goes off into the corner. Body check. Down goes JC. There's a wraparound to Fortner. He has that one poked away. Now cleared by the Hogs. All the way down into the Knight zone. That's the end of the power play as Wellenberg will grab this one. Hogs go back to full strength. Touch pass to JC right out in the middle of the ice. Grabbed by the Hogs. This is slung back behind the net to Russo. Russo tried to get it over to Braun. Now it's pinned up against the board. Trickles out. Here's Bakta up the left-hand side. Chase Bakta goes left. Zwellenberg's going to go to the center. Loose puck. Zwellenberg skates over, holds it in up against the boards. Now sends it down low. This is Dunlap trying to center to Smith. Cleared out all the way out to Saunders up here to the left-hand side for the Hogs. He'll skate in. He'll take a shot right off the glove of Russo. Wraps around the boards. Hogs hold it in. Back behind the net. This is Larson. Over to Braun. Braun back to Larson. Up the boards trying to get it to Dunlap. Hogs hold it in. There's Saunders right there in the middle. Back check to get it up front. Tried to center it up front to Freed. That's poked away, and here comes Zwellenberg the other way. Nice back check by Saunders of the Hogs. Slowing that up. Now Zwellenberg will dump it down in behind the net. Dunlap will give chase down into the corner. Over to Smith. Smith will backhand it back to Dunlap. Centered up front. Larson Langston with the save. Nice passing by the Knights. Nice save by Langston. Quick shot by the Hogs. Saved by Russo. This will be grabbed by Braun. Braun will chip it up the boards right out into neutral ice. Easily grabbed by the Hogs. They're looking cross ice. That's slapped down by Smith to Larson. Larson to Braun. Braun back up to Larson. Battle for the puck right up at the red line. Trickles out. That'll come to Braun. Braun will cross ice trying to get it to Bakta. Bakta right back to Braun. And he loses the puck. Stolen by the Hogs. They'll skate in. Quick shot. Saved by Russo. Line change. Brown and Com come back in. This is Fortner, JC, and Bakta. One by the Hogs, wrapped around the net. This will go to Com over in the far corner. Now back behind the net near side. This will come to JC. JC tries to clear it ahead. This is right to Fortner. Fortner up the right. Down deep. He'll go back behind the net. Got Bakta right up front. Lost the puck, so couldn't get it to him. Now he'll get it to JC. JC will cycle it backhand back behind the net. This will be grabbed by the Hogs. Pressured by Fortner down low. Bakta centers it up front. Slapped away by Langston. Quick shot by JC. Saved by Langston again. Comes up to Bakta. He'll cycle it down into the corner. JC centered up front to Fortner. That's blocked away by the Hogs. Goes off into the corner. Now they'll backhand it. This is going to be an icing. They'll blow it dead. 6:47 remaining in the first. 1-0 Knights.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
No, that's fine. I'm going to move my book. I don't like it there. It's kind of hit me in the knee. Face-off comes to Bank. Backhander goes past the side of the net. Banks grabs it down in the corner. He'll backhand it, trying to cycle it down to Smith. Now it's pinned up against the boards. Comes out to Banks, right to his forehand. Back check, loses the puck. Quick shot by Smith. Goes off into the corner. This will be Larson. Hogs come away with it. Now it comes to Braun. Braun takes a shot. Langston with a save. Loose puck out front. Now it's kicked out by the Hogs. They'll bring it backhanded up the right-hand side. Stays on side. Poke check there by Frederick. Loose puck back behind the net. Grabbed by the Hogs. They'll cycle it back behind the net. Now they'll lose it. This comes right to Smith. Saunders has his shot blocked up front by Braun. Now it goes off into the corner. Larson runs into the ref, but he'll backhand it up the boards. This will come to Banks. He'll get pinned right up against the Knights bench. Now dumped down into the Hog zone. They're going to wave it off. Hogs will grab it backside the net, pressured by Banks. They'll send it back that way. Now it's into the corner, cycled up the boards. Brown skates in. He'll pop it back down low. Ooh, big check there by Brown. A little late. Surprised that wasn't a penalty. Now check up against the boards by Prazel. Prazel goes down off the rebound. Check by Sullivan. And now we're going to get an offsides. Face-off will be far side. In the neutral zone, this will be Goins, Prazel, and Neal. Common Brown on the defense. Prazel will step into the center spot. Face-off kick down into the Knight zone to Brown. Brown will send it back out, trying to get it cleared. Hogs hold it in. Now they'll take a shot kicked away by Russo. Up the boards, now grabbed by Goins. Up the right-hand side. Quick outlet pass to Neal. Neal will bring it up the right. He'll take a shot. Langston with a save. Covers that one up. Blown dead, and now we got some pushing up front. Knights will switch up their forwards. No penalty called on all that aftermath. This will bring back in Dunlap, Sanders, and Zwellenberg. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face-off grab down by the Hogs. Now stolen by Sanders, backside of the net. He'll take it around in the corner. Loses the puck up front. Here come the Hogs the other way. Blocked by Braun. Quick shot saved by Russo. Poke check there by Braun. Now cleared up. This will be Dunlap. Dunlap looking for the cross-ice pass. That's behind Sanders. Arms in the air, but Sanders will get to this one. Puts on the brakes. Center pass goes right between Dunlap and Zwellenberg. Both of them were there. Behind one, in front of the other. Quick shot. Blocker saved by Russo. Now grabbed by Braun. Backside of the net. Trickles up the boards. This will be Sanders. He'll poke it ahead to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg brings it in the left-hand side. Tries to pull back to the middle. Poked away there by the Northwest Arkansas. Now cleared out in the neutral zone. This will be easily grabbed by Braun. No pressures. The whole line for the Hogs change up. Braun will bring it up the right-hand side. Down into the Hog zone. Now kick back out to neutral ice. This will be Frederick coming over to grab this one. Waiting for everybody to get on side. Saucers it up in the air. Grabbed by the Hogs. Pressured by JC. Kicked out into the neutral zone. Poked around. They come right around. Frederick skates in. Backhand shoots and scores, and they tie it up. Off the turnover at the red line. .328 remaining in the first, and we are tied at 1. J.C. Fortner and Bachta in for this faceoff, brought to you by CK Print and Design. Won by the Icehogs. They'll try to clear it up the left-hand side. This is Saunders. Brings it in. Centers it. Nobody home there. Can't grab that pass. Now Fortner will touch it over to Com. Com will try to get it back to Fortner. Battle for the puck. Now Fortner will clear it up the boards back out into neutral ice. Big pass cross ice out to their D. Now they'll dump it into the night zone. This will be Com grabbing this one from behind the net. And net knocked off. They'll blow this one dead. Face off in the night zone. 3:01 remaining the first.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Face-off grab by the Hogs down low, centered, nobody there. That'll be Banks. Banks will touch it to Brown. Brown will bring it up the left-hand side. Dumps it down into the Hog zone. Smith will race back for it. Now stolen by Banks. Quick shot, shoots and scores! Kansas City goal, number 16, Hoyt Banks. Off the steal, unassisted. That's his second of the game. Both unassisted goals. Goal number 17 on the season for Hoyt. Face-off grab by Saunders from the Hogs. Now poked away there by Com. He'll slap it down, sends it over near side. Smith will race for it. Hogs get there first, kick it into the night zone. Now Brown will send it up, back over to Smith. Smith will cross ice over towards Larson. Banks will backhand it over to Larson. Larson with a shot wide of the net. Comes over near side. Smith comes battling for it up against the boards. Loose puck goes back behind the net. This will be grabbed by the Hogs. Kicked up the boards, but held in by Com. Com will race down into the corner. He'll come around the backside of the net. Over near side. Thought about sending it to Braun. Now crosses ice over to Larson. That goes right off his skate. Kick stolen by the Hogs. And we're going to get an icing on Larson. Face-off will come back into the Knights zone. 1:49 remaining in the first. Knights lead 2-1. Bach to JC and Fortner in on this. Face-off comes to Braun. He'll lose that one. Pittman will send it down low for the Hogs. Grabbed by Frederick behind the net. He'll backhand it over to Fortner. Fortner will send it up near side to JC. JC up the right. He'll send it down into the Hog zone. Bachta will chase after it. Stolen by the Hogs. Slapped there by JC. Now here come the Hogs the other way. Back check by JC. Pressured by Fortner. The Knights will get the steal to JC. He'll try to get it to Bachta. That goes out in front. Pittman will cross the red line, send one right towards Russo. Russo will kick it off in the corner, grabbed by Frederick. Quick outlet pass up to the right-hand side of JC. Couldn't handle that one. Now loose puck comes right back to Frederick. Backhanded comes JC. JC will get it over to Bachta. Bachta will skate in, has it poke checked away off into the corner. Now they'll battle for it. Loose puck, grabbed by Fortner right up front. Poked away there by Langston, and here come the Icehogs the other way. Up the left-hand side. Gets it close up to Braun. Braun will poke that up, and that goes up in the air. Now cleared back out. Almost out. Hong takes a shot right over to the blocker of Russo. Off the glass, goes far side, grabbed by Fortner. He'll cycle it up the boards to Frederick. Frederick will kick it around. Now Frederick will bring it up the left-hand side. Here comes Broden Frederick, down deep. Saved by Langston. Grabbed by Hong once again, right up front. Kicks it off the boards. Now out into the neutral zone. Hogs will grab this one, pressured by Dunlap. Sanders almost had the back check steal there as he lifted the stick, but Hong continues to hold on to it. Now right up here, poked away by Zwellenberg. Now we got a delayed offsides, goes back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Com. Up the left-hand side comes Com. That's the end of the period. And after one, it's the Knights 2, the Icehogs 1. Finally get everything set up. All right. They relied on my technical skills, and we found out I don't have any. The setup was kind of a train wreck here this evening, waiting on Dee Dee to get here from work. There's not an IT next to my name, and it's for a reason. All right, schedule for tomorrow. Why, we've got a few more seconds here. Varsity game versus OKC, 4:15. That's senior night, so festivities will start around 3:30, 3:45, something of that nature. JV1 will play at 6 against Springfield. Then on Sunday, JV1, 2:45 against Springfield. And varsity, 1 p.m. once again against OKC. JV2's in there somewhere. I don't have their schedule on my Crossbar app, so if anybody knows that, give me a shout. I know they're home too. I think they're actually playing Northwest Arkansas in one of those games. And I think it's sandwiched between JV1 and the varsity, so lots of hockey action this weekend. Let's see, who do we got? Brown and Com back in there on the defense. Banks, Smith, and Larson on this faceoff, brought to you by CK Print Design. And the clocks are out ready. Now we got the 15 minutes on the clock. We're ready to go. We'll do this face-off again. Won by the Icehogs off to the side. Battle for the puck down low. Now it comes back behind the net. Cleared off far side. This will be Smith grabbing this one. And we're going to get a penalty on the Knights with a cross check. Hogs will go to the power play. Not sure who the cross check was on. And that's going to be Brown. Caleb Brown going to the send in. He didn't go in there often. So Braun and Frederick will come in on the defense. Larson and Smith will stay out there on this penalty kill. Icehogs to the power play, just underway in the second. Knights leading 2-1. Face-off won by the Icehogs. This will come to Saunders. Saunders will skate in. Blocked up front, goes into the glass. Kicked off right in front of the net. Now they'll drop it off to Saunders again up here. He'll skate in. Sends it off to the left wing. Ooh, tried to center it up front. The pass was a little behind. Icehogs grab it down. They'll go D to D far side. Quick shot blocked up front. Doesn't get to Russo. Still loose up front. Now it's clear. Tried to clear by Smith. That's blocked. Now it's cleared by Larson. Larson will peel off, go to the bench. Here comes JC. Smith chases after it like the bull he is. Gets that pin down up against the boards down low to kill off a little bit more time. Nice back check in there by Smith. He'll go to the bench. Here comes the Icehogs up the other way, up the right-hand side. Now they'll look to cross ice. That's slapped away by Braun. Doesn't get it cleared. They'll come D to D, near side. Quick shot. Blocker saved by Russo. Goes off to the corner. Grabbed by Saunders. They'll come D to D, near side. That's blocked up front by Frederick. Nice job by the D doing some shot blocking up front. That keeps it away from Russo. Icehogs come away with it. Skates to the middle. Now they'll cross ice over to the wing. Back up high. Loose puck. This will be stolen by JC. JC's going to bring it up the center. Getting the back check to the backhand. Takes a shot. Langston with the save. And now the net comes flying off. They'll blow this one dead as the puck was just sitting right in the middle of the crease. Face off, and nobody would have got there. It was just sitting there loose. Langston kicked it off the side, but one of the Icehog players flew into the net as he was working that back check against JC. Knocked it off. They blow it dead. Face off in the Hog zone. 13-18 remaining in the second. 34 seconds remaining on the Icehogs power play. This will be Smith and Larson, Frederick and Braun. Face off won by the Hogs. This will be Saunders back behind the net. Up the left-hand side. Now quick cross ice pass to Freed over here to the right. They'll bring it into the, oh, we're going to get an offsides. Face off in neutral. Com and Fortner will come in for the defensive part. Larson and Smith. Cleared there by Larson, grabbed by the Hogs. They'll retreat back into their own zone. Now they'll bring it near side. Oop. Lost the puck right at the blue line. Now the quick cross ice pass. Brings it in the left, takes a shot way wide of the net. Bounces out, now backhander by Smith. Back into the Hog zone. Brown comes out off the bench right onto the ice. Now stolen by Com. Com up the center, now off to the right. Comes to his backhand out in front of Langston. Goes off into the corner. This is Larson coming after it. Pokes it now pinned up against the boards. Sneaks out. That'll come to Sullivan. Now grabbed by JC. Quick shot wide of the net. Comes over near side to Larson. Cleared up the boards by the Hogs. This will be grabbed by Com. Com loses. Sullivan with a big forecheck, but lost his twig, so now he's just kicking it with his feet. Loose puck down in the corner, grabbed by Frederick, cleared up the boards. Held in by the Hogs right at the blue line. Backhanded now comes right to Fortner in the center of the ice. Fortner will bring it up the right. Now backhands it over to Bachta. Oh, Bachta had a shot to get it to JC, stolen by the Hogs. Now comes right to Com. He'll take a shot. No call on that one as he goes down into the boards. Now it's Com once again. Bachta will tip it ahead to Com. Com's got it right in the center. Off to his left. He'll pull back. Shot goes off the side of the netting. Grabbed by Bachta up front, or down low. Now the Hogs will clear it. Frederick can't hold it in. Now I have to wait for the Knights to get back onside. Grabbed by the Hogs right at the blue line. Dumped down into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Sullivan. Poked away by Lars Russo, and then poked back in by the Hogs. That's a goal. They tie it at 2. .11:07 remaining in the second. Kimkus is looking for a goalie interference, but he's not going to get it as they slid into Russo. And then the puck went in after. He made his argument. That's the way it's going to stand. Right now we got Braun and Frederick out there looking for a forward line. This will be Zwellenberg, Dunlap, and Sanders. Tied at 2, 11:07 remaining in the second. Face-off finally controlled by the Hogs. They'll dump it down into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Braun. He'll slap it around the boards. And now we're going to get an interference call. This is going to be on Braun, I believe. Icehogs will go to the power play. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. Larson, Smith, Com, and Brown. Face-off grab by the Hogs. This is Saunders up front. Shot, now the net's off on that shot. Right leg of Russo popping that net off in the back corner. They'll reset it. Face-off will be back here in the Knight zone. Quick save up front by Russo. Goes off into the corner. Grabbed by Pittman. He'll cycle it up the boards. Now they'll come D to D over to Keener. Whiffs on that one-timer. Comes over to Freed. Looks for a cross-ice pass. That's broken up there by Larson, but regained control by the Icehogs. Off to the left wing. Now they'll bring it up to their D. They'll come D to D. One-timer weak. Right up front. Quick shot. Saved by Russo. Pops up right into his glove. Dunlap and Fortner will come in on this. Larson and Smith will go to the bench. Brown and Com stays in on the defense. Won by the Icehogs. This is Saunders. Under the stick of Fortner. Goes off to the left wing. Now Fortner will retreat back a little bit. Centered up front. Right to Pittman. Saved by Russo. Now quick slapper. That's blocked up front by Brown. Popped high up in the air. Knights can't get it cleared. Saunders will hold it in right at the blue line. Comes near side. Now look for the cross-ice pass to Pittman over in the wing. Back behind the net. This will come over into the corner. This will be grabbed by Com. Big body check coming by the Icehogs. Loose puck grabbed by the Icehogs. This will be freed. Vard corner. Comes around the back of the net. Quick center to Saunders. Now it pops over. Com can't get there. Icehogs hold it in. Now it comes to Dunlap. Dunlap will get it out to Com. Finally cleared out in the neutral zone by the Knights. Icehogs will have to get onside. They do. Here comes Keener up the right-hand side, looks to have it cross ice, comes right to Pittman. Now blocked away by Com. He'll backhand it out into the neutral zone. Icehogs will get there first. Fortner will chase after it up against the boards. Now stolen by Fortner. Tries to pull it back to his forehand. Stolen by the Hogs. And now we're going to get a trip on Dunlap. Oh, they're going to give it to Fortner. So Fortner will go to the bench. We'll have a 5-on-3 here for 5 seconds. Then the Knights will get Braun back. Yeah, they did call it on Dunlap. Okay, I thought it was Dunlap, not Fortner. So Dunlap will go to the box. Fortner will go to the bench. So Frederick and Smith on the defense. Neal will come in. He'll take the face-off, would be my guess. Only forward, true forward out there. We'll get Braun back in 5 seconds. He'll probably race to the bench since we already got 2 defensemen on the ice. One by the Icehogs, up to their D. Quick shot, saved by Russo. They'll blow it dead. 1 second remaining till we get Braun back, or a player. We'll see who comes off the bench. Once Braun races across the ice, Neal with another face-off. One off to the side, grabbed by the Hogs. They'll bring it up to deep. Braun will come in. We'll go with 3 defensemen. Blocked up front there by Frederick. Cleared off the boards, out in the neutral zone. Icehogs will race for it. Neal chasing after him. Backhander over near side. Neal continues to work the back check. Now to come near side. This will be grabbed by Neal. He'll send it over to Smith. Smith will dump it straight down towards Langston. He'll jump on top of it. Covers it up as Goins races in for it.
This game is brought to you by Power Electric. Power puts people first.
Hutch and Frederick on the defense. Neal and Goins on the forwards. Looked like Goins was going to center. Now it'll be Neal. Neal backhands it. That's out over towards Frederick. Pittman racing after. Frederick will now dump it down into the Icehog zone. Comes near side. Neal will come and try to pinch it up against the boards. Goins will get there. Sends it back down low. Neal will race for it. This is going to be grabbed by the Icehogs. They'll send it up the left-hand side. Now quick cross-ice pass up the right-hand side. Saunders will bring it in. Drops it. Goins poke checks it. 1 minute remaining on the power play. Quick shot saved by Russo as Prazo comes racing in, replacing Neal. 7:54 remain in the second. We're tied at 2. Icehogs on a power play for another 59 seconds. Com and Brown in. Smith and Larson in. Face-off won by the Hogs. Far D. Now they'll center it up front. Poked away there by Com. He'll clear it out in the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by Saunders, but they'll have to get back on side. They'll cycle it over right-hand side to Freed. Freed to the middle. Up to the left. Pushed wide by Larson. Centered up front. Shoots and scores. That's a power play goal for the Icehogs. And they take the lead with 7:35 remaining the second, 3-2. Nice pass as Freed took it down in deep. Just before he went to the backside of the net, he passed one right up in front of the house, popped it in the back of the net, and that's how they take the lead. Zwellenberg, Dunlap, Sanders, Brown, and Com. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Zwellenberg wins this one, comes back to Com. Com looking, tries to cross eyes, popped up in the air, stays in play. Now Zwellenberg will bring it in. Right-hand side, tries to put the brakes on now, backhanded down low. This comes to Sanders behind the net. Tries to center it up front, blocked by Keener for the Hogs. Now they'll grab it near side up against the boards. Stolen by Com. He'll take a shot. Blocker saved by Langston. Kicked around backside of the net over to Dunlap. Dunlap tries to get it to Zwellenberg. Comes around the backside of the net. This will be grabbed by Com. Com will tried to backhand it over to Brown. That was blocked away by the Icehogs. Now Brown will skate back, grabs this one. Ref right in the way. Now they'll saucer it off the glass. Grabbed by Sanders. Sanders will chip it out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Hogs. Backhand over the left-hand side. Now they'll backhand it into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Brown, backside of the net. Quick outlet pass to Sanders. He'll lose that one to Keener. Now pinched up against the boards. Battle for the puck. Zwellenberg, Brown, Sanders, Icehogs come away with it. Backhander up front. Blocked away there by Com. Pressured by Saunders. Now Com will race around the backside of the net. Up the right-hand side. Has a poke check. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Regain control by Com. Now the back checks finally pay off for the Icehogs. Sanders will come away with this one. They'll saucer it up in the air. Race for the puck. This will be Frederick. Can't get it cleared. Zwellenberg will come back, grab this one. Backhands it, trying to get it to Dunlap. Dunlap will backhand it to Sanders. Sanders up the right-hand side. Pulls back. Centered up front. Zwellenberg just out in front of his stick. Frederick races in, holds it into the Icehog zone. Now they'll get a clear up the right-hand side. And that's would have been an offsides, but cleared back out by the Knights. Now race for it for the puck. Clark will bounce it off the back of the boards. Off to the far side to Saunders. Held in there by JC. JC in the corner, backside of the net. Comes around the backside of the net. Looking for time and space, looking for that pass. Holds it right at the blue line. Oh, and it just trickled over the line. That's an offsides. .5:14 remain the second, 3-2 Northwest Arkansas.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Fortner, JC, Bakta, Frederick, and Braun. Face-off won by the Hogs. They'll race over, chips it up the board, up the left-hand side. Bakta right there. Icehogs come away with it. Fortner pokes it away. Bakta sends it into the Hog zone, chases after the puck, loose up against the boards. Kicked down lower by JC, now grabbed by the Icehogs. They'll clear it off the boards near side. This will come right to Frederick. Frederick with a nice entry pass over to Bakta. Bakta will race in, takes a shot right over the glove of Langston. Bounces off the glass and dives, cleared up the boards. Frederick will hold it in momentarily. Now cleared out all the way up. Uh-oh. Right around Braun, that's Saunders. Loses the puck. Frederick tries to clear it up the boards. This will be held in by Pittman. He bounces one off of Bakta. Now it's deflected into the glass, comes near side to Bakta. Backhanded up to Fortner. Trickles out in the neutral zone. Pittman will race over. Now it's stolen by JC. JC will bring it in the left. To his forehand in the center. Takes a shot wide of the net. Comes near side. Backhander by Icehogs. This will be Sullivan. Oh, big check by Frederick. And we're going to get a penalty on that one for interference. Icehogs back to the power play with 3:59 remain the second, leading 3-2. Larson, Smith, Common, Brown in on this penalty kill. Face off one to Com. He'll slap it off the boards. Freed will hold it in right at the blue line. Now they'll go D to D. Deflected by Smith. Goes down in the corner. Grabbed by Sullivan, I believe that is. Races over. One-timer, I don't know if I'd even call that a shot. It missed so much. Now cleared by the Knights. Way down into the Icehog zone. Smith's going to chase after it. Can't quite get there. Icehogs cross-ice pass. Now we're going to get an icing on this one. Face-off will come back to the Icehog zone with 3:27 remaining in the second. Goins and Banks will check in on the forward line. Com and Brown will stay in on the defense. Face-off brought out to the neutral zone by the Hogs. Now that pass blocked by Icehogs. Cross ice near side. They'll peel back for a little time and space up high. Freed will take the shot. Deflected, shoots, and scores. Power play goal for the Icehogs again. Freed took the shot from up high, deflected by Sullivan down in front of Russo and popped in the back of the net. Second power play goal of the game for the Icehogs. They lead 4-2 with 3:10 remaining in the second. Goins, Prazel, and Neal will check in. Prazel to the left, Neal to the right. Goins is in there at center. Brown and Com on the defense. Face-off hit back down low by Goins. Neal with the body check. Down low, but Icehogs come away with it. Now that's blocked by Prazel. Comes right back to the Hogs. Now they'll clear it. Grabbed by Com. He'll go D to Brown. Brown will have to retreat back behind the net. That pass was a little behind him. He'll cycle it back behind the net near side, or far side. Grabbed by Com. Com loses the puck. Quick shot. That's blocked by Brown. Rebound. Kicked off by Russo off into the corner. Now grabbed by Com. He'll peel back. Loses the puck. Battle for it down in the corner. Right behind Com. He doesn't see it. Kicked back behind the net by the Icehogs. This will come over to Prazel near side. Neal calling for it. He'll get the pass, but a little behind him. Can't get it cleared. Now Brown will clear it up the boards to Neal. Loses the puck to a poke check there by the Icehogs. Now it finally freed, grabbed by Prazel. Prazel backhanded to Neal, popped up in the air. Down into the Hog zone. Grabbed by the Hogs. Behind the net, 1:54 remaining in the second. They'll work their break up the left-hand side, kicks it out in the neutral zone. This will come to Brown. Brown will send it back down into the Hog zone. Now popped up. This goes into the bench, bounces off of Banks. Face off neutral ice. Zwellenberg, Dunlap, and Sanders in here, along with Frederick and Braun. Face-off grab by Sanders, down into the Icehog zone. Saunders for the Icehogs will slap it off the boards. This will come to Braun at neutral ice. They'll look for the cross ice pass over to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will skate in left, takes a shot. Langston with a save. Face-off grab by Freed for the Icehogs. Now look to cross ice, bounces one off Dunlap, stays in the Hog zone. Loose puck comes out front, finally grabbed by Sullivan. Sullivan crosses the red line, dumps it into the night zone, back behind the net, touched by Russo. Cleared up the boards by Braun, but can't get it cleared out of the zone. Now here come the Icehogs. They'll skate in, quick shot off the side of the post. Off into the corner. Now Dunlap will battle for it. Cuts right underneath him. He'll backhand it behind the net. Grabbed by Sullivan. Pressured by Frederick. Now it comes loose to Zwellenberg. 3-on-2 for the Knights. Zwellenberg will backhand it down low. Comes right to Sanders. Sanders will try to get it up front. Quick shot. Langston with the save. It shoots. And another save kicked off to the corner. Now we're going to get a penalty on Zwellenberg. Oh. They're going to call Zwellenberg for tripping, and the Icehogs will go back to a power play. Big opportunity, nice center pass. Langston with a big save for the Icehogs, keeping this thing at 4-2, and now they're going to go to another power play with 34 seconds remaining in the second. Larson and Smith, Frederick and Braun. Face-off brought to you by CK Print and Design. Face-off won by the Hogs. Off to the left wing, tries to center it up front, poke pass. Now they'll send it off to the right wing. Down low. Freed skates up. Look for the drop pass to Keener. Keener whiffs on the shot. Now it'll be Smith. Smith with a quick outlet pass to Larson. 15 seconds. Comes to the middle. Loose puck right up front to Langston. Langston pokes it away. Now they'll clear it off the near side. 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. Cross ice pass brings it in the left. 4, 3. Glove saved by Russo. With 1 second, they'll just let it run. Call at the end of the period. So after 2, Icehogs lead 4-2. We're going to take about a 10-15 minute break here as they clean the ice. And we'll be back shortly. The ice is clean. Refs are coming out to reset the nets. Hogs and Knights lining up over there, coming out of their locker rooms. Final 15 minutes of the varsity game here as we head to the third. Icehogs will start the third, 1:27 remaining on the power play. Hogs leading 4-2. Difference in the game is there are 2 power play goals. Knights, I believe, have had 4 or 5 penalties. Icehogs only have had 1. Couple of questionable calls maybe against the Knights, but also I've seen a few that the refs didn't call against the Knights, so it probably balances itself out. Hogs, 4 goals on 22 shots. Knights, 2 goals on 18 shots. They'll get a few minutes to do a little stretching and warm up after sitting in there for about 15 minutes. And then we'll get the third period underway. JV action coming up after this one. Once again, another makeup game from about 3 weeks ago. They canceled the Sunday games as Kansas City got hit with a little bit of ice and a lot of snow. And it's still here. It's melted a little bit, but still got some out there. Hey, for all you folks down in the south that may be joining in, you got a little bit of snow too, but I think it's warmed up and most of that's melted away. Hope you stay tuned for the JV action coming up, but if not, hey, Auburn and Oregon State are on ESPN2 tonight. In Auburn, battling it out in Neville Arena. It's a fun place last weekend. Started off there and then made it over to Dallas for the tournament. $8:30 on ESPN2 if you've got that. All right, we come out here for the third. This will be Smith and Larson on the forwards. Com and Brown on the defense. Hogs to the power play. 1:27 remaining on that as Wellenberg heads off back into the sin bin. Face-off will come to Smith. He'll backhand it to Brown. Quick cross-ice pass over to Com. Pressured by the Hogs. Almost stolen. Now kicked back out to neutral ice. This will be Smith. Whiffs on the backhander, and here comes Freed the other way. Up the left-hand side. Skates in. Quick shot. Saved by Russo. Loose up front. Now Smith will clear it out into the neutral zone. This will go into the Hog zone. This will be grabbed by Freed. Pressure by Larson. Quick outlet pass over to Saunders over here near side. Now he'll peel back to the right. Backhands it. That blocked off there by Larson. Pressured by Smith up front. Freed will come away with it. Offsides by Sullivan. Face-off will come to neutral ice. 47 seconds remaining on the Hogs power play. This will bring in Banks and Neal. Banks to the center spot. Whoa. Face-off won by the Hogs down into the night zone. Sullivan will poke it down low. Brown will chase after it in the corner to his backhand. Back behind the net. Backhands it way out in front of Neal. Cleared out into the neutral zone. This will go all the way into the Hog zone. Hogs will grab this one backside of the net. Right. Oh! Pass goes right to Langston. Good thing he was paying attention. His players had the puck. They backhanded it and went straight in there. He had to drop down and save the shot from his own player. A lot of water still back there behind the net, so hasn't frozen completely up. I don't know if that caused the puck to go off at a different angle, but it's why you always pay attention as a goalie. Face off neutral ice. Sanders and Dunlap out there. Common Brown back out. Face off comes to Brown. He'll clear it down into the Hog zone. And you can see the puck just kind of die back there behind the nets as it's still a little wet. Dunlap battling. That'll be the end of the power plays. Wellenberg back out on the ice. Hogs got it. They'll come D to D near side. Pulls back towards the center. Now cross ice pass left-hand side. We're going to get an icing on this one. They'll blow that dead. Face off in the Northwest Arkansas zone. 13-16 remain the game. Northwest leading 4-2. Face off from Zwellenberg to Sanders. Sanders tries to bring it near side to Braun. That's tipped by the Hogs. Bounces over a stick. Now dumped back down into the Hog zone. Now they'll clear it back out to neutralize far side. Backhander comes into the night zone. Com sends it back to neutral. Grabbed by the Hogs, sent back into neutral ice. Now Sanders will bring it. It stays on side. Down into the corner goes Sanders. Peels back to the center, looking for that cross ice pass. Deflected by the Hogs. That goes wide of the net, right to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg in the corner brings it up high to Braun. Braun will send it back, tries to send it back down. Blocked by the Hogs. Now they'll steal it up the left-hand side. Comes Pittman. Pittman into the night zone. Loose puck right in front of Sanders. Slap back down. Big body check by Dunlap. And we're going to get a hand pass by Northwest. So face off neutral ice. Knights trying to figure out who's going to be out here on the forwards. It'll be Braun and Frederick on the defense. Larson, Sanders, and Banks. Comes to Frederick, backhands it over to Banks. Far side, he'll pull back, trying to get a little time and space. Being pestered by Northwest. Freed. Now Frederick will try to send it up the boards. That'll go to Banks. He'll saucer it out in the neutral zone, right to Pittman. Pittman will bring it near side over to Sullivan. Dump down into the corner, back behind the net. And there's a broken twig. That's Braun's. Quick shot, saved by Russo, slapped down by Freed. Grabbed by Frederick, up the boards it'll go. Held in by the Hogs. Now Larson working it out into the neutral zone. Braun skating with no twig. Backhander goes into the night zone. Braun will just go to the bench. Grabbed by Frederick, backside of the net. Backhander near side. Stick was kind of in the way. Nobody grabbed it. Now Northwest will grab it. Quick cross ice pass to Saunders. Saunders will take a shot right into the breadbasket of Russo. They'll blow it dead. Clear the yard sale off there with twigs.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Common Brown on the defense. Fortner, Bachta, and JC on the forward line. Face-off brought to you by CK Print and Design. Grab by Brown. He'll wheel around the backside of the net up the left-hand side. Pass right into Fortner's feet. Stolen back there by Northwest. Now regained control by Com. He'll slap it hard off the boards. Comes to Fortner. Grabbed by Fortner behind the net. Up the right-hand side will come Fortner. He'll chip it ahead. He continues to chase after the puck. Comes away with it up the right. He'll skate in. Shoots, scores! Kansas City goal! Number 5, Chase Bachta from number 40, Michael Fortner. Bachta getting the rebound shot as Langston had the initial save. And the Knights have cut the deficit in half. It is now 4-3. Face-off one by the Hogs. They'll clip it up at the boards up the left-hand side. Down into the Knight zone, grabbed by Brown. He'll look for the cross-ice pass, tapped by Fortner, down into the Hog zone. This will be grabbed by the Hogs. They'll send it around the net over near side. This is Arnold. Pressured, stolen by Fortner. Slaps it off the boards right at Bakta, but past him. Now held a nice back check by Fortner. Comes to JC. He'll send one up front. Now cleared by the Hogs into the corner. Grabbed by JC to Bakta. Bakta backhands it up to Brown. Brown will send it back down low. Bakta will battle for it up against the boards. Gets it to JC. JC cross ice. Quick shot to Com. Oh, blocked up front by the Hogs. Cleared by Northwest Arkansas. This should be an icing, and it will be. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will come back to Northwest zone. I'm not sure if Langston got that one. I think it was one of their defensemen that blocked it right in front of the net. Larson, Banks, and Smith will come back in. This will be Braun with a new twig and Frederick. Face-off comes to Smith, right to Larson. Takes a shot right over the top of the crossbar. Banks will backhand it back down low. This is stolen by the Icehogs. Back check, grabbed by Larson. Stolen at the blue line. He'll bring it back in the right-hand side. Pittman with the back check. Grabs the puck down low, sends it around the boards over to Sullivan, far side. Slapped down by Larson. Larson will sling it back into the corner. Up the boards to Saunders. Saunders will grab it. Comes to the middle. Back check. Stolen by Banks. Banks will skate in. Takes a shot. Saved by Langston. Goes off into the corner. Grabbed by Smith. Far side. Brings it way up high towards Braun. Braun will backhand it. Keeps it in the Hog zone. Now they'll get it cleared. Bounces off Saunders. Body check there by Larson. Battle for the puck right at the blue line. D-to-D pass by the Hogs. Now sent up the right-hand side. Chipped down into the zone. Slapped down by Frederick. Poked there by Smith. Grabbed by Sullivan for the Hogs at the red line. Sends it back down. That's slapped down by Banks. This will be grabbed by Frederick. He'll wheel around, pressured by Freed. Bounces off the boards. And we're going to get an icing on this one. Oh, and they called it off. Now grabbed by Saunders. Saunders will switch direction up the right-hand side. Dumps it around the boards. Comes over near side. This will be Dunlap. Dunlap will chip it out in the neutral zone. Grabbed by Sullivan. They'll chase after it. Loose puck. This will be grabbed by Saunders. Saunders will bring it in the right-hand side. Down into the corner. Tries to center it up front. Right off the stick of Langston. Pops up in the air right into his glove. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Hog zone. 8:28 remaining in the game. Hogs leading 4-3. Bach to JC Fortner. Common Brown on the defense. Bakta will win it over to JC. Over to Com. Sends it up front. Deflected right up front. Oh, can't get the shot off. It's loose up front. Now cleared by the Hogs. Dumped down into the Knight zone. Brown will chase after it. They wave it off. Brown will bounce one off Kramer. Now it's to JC. Loose puck. Right in front. This will be grabbed by Com. Com up the right-hand side. Quickly in deep. Right to his forehand. Takes a shot. Langston with a save rebound. Bakta can't get a shot off. Now he'll send it right up front to Fortner. Comes to JC. Saved by Saunders once again. Or Langston. Grabbed by Fortner. Fortner still controlling it. Bringing it around the D. Takes it down deep. Now wraps it over to Brown. Brown will try to send it back down low. Blocked by the Hogs. Brown holds it in the blue line. Takes shot right into the glove of Langston. I don't know what Kempka said in the locker room, but the Knights have come out slinging the puck. They're up to 25 shots on goal. Have gotten a goal out of this, and they're putting some pressure on Langston, making him work. Smith, Larson, and Banks in. Tied up right at the dot. Poked away there by Smith. Comes right to Banks. Banks will get it to Frederick, but out in the neutral zone. Now delayed offsides. Grabbed by the Icehogs. They'll send it up towards Saunders. That'll come into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Braun. Braun will bring it back. Touch pass by Smith. Now Smith and Banks run into each other. Banks will continue to work it. Grabbed by Freed, tries to clear it up the boards. Out into the neutral zone. Touch pass by Saunders over to Sullivan. Sullivan comes, has that shot deflected, goes up into the netting. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the night zone. 7:05 remaining in the game. Hogs leading 4-3. Larson wins it near side. Freed will grab this for the Hogs. Pittman will try to keep it down low. Now it trickles out. Grabbed by Banks. Banks will bring it to the left. Comes back, has a poke check, spins around, takes a shot right into the gut of Langston. Blown dead. Face off in the Hog zone. 6:53 remaining in the game. Banks will come away with this one back behind the net, down into the corner, backhands it up, stolen by Saunders. He'll cross ice, going over to Sullivan. Sullivan will bring it in up the right, pressured by Frederick. Kick back out in the neutral zone. Hogs will have to get back onside. Now it's going to be a delayed offsides. This will be touched by Russo behind the net, right to Braun. Braun will come out the left-hand side, now across ice. Slap by Smith, goes down into the Hog zone. Sullivan will slap this one hard off the glass, up into the netting. They'll blow a dead face off in the northwest zone. Fortner Bach to JC comes in. This will be Comm and Brown on the defense. Face-off comes to the Hogs. Back check by Comm. Loose puck grabbed by JC. JC will bring it in the left. Right to the center. Takes shot blocker. Saved by Langston. Goes off to the side. Grabbed by Fortner. He'll cross ice. This will come right to Comm. Comm will pull back. Slings one blocked up front. Backhander by JC. Langston jumps on top of it. Loose puck. Up. Ref lost track of the puck. Thought Langston was on top of it. Blew it dead, but the puck was still live. They'll face it off in the northwest zone. Larson comes in. That comes over to the near side. Smith. Popped up in the air. Poked out it by Freed out in the neutral zone. Grabbed by Banks. He'll backhand it, but that's back behind Frederick. So Frederick will have to chase it in the corner. He'll backhand it, cycle it up the boards. This comes to Larson. Back check by the Hogs. Gets the steal. Here comes Saunders the other way up the left-hand side. He'll peel back a little time and space. Smith's right there. Now battle for the puck up against the boards. Larson's in there. Pops out. It comes right to Frederick. Frederick looking. He'll get it to Larson. Larson touches it but goes into the Hog zone. Cleared back out. Now Smith has to wait for everybody to get on side. And stolen by the Hogs. Here comes Freed the other way. Freed up the left-hand side. Got Sullivan to the right. Shot goes way wide of the net. Wrapped around the boards. Now foot race for the puck. Banks is going to get there first, but it's down deep into the corner. He'll put on the brakes. Has it popped away by the Hogs. And they'll come up the right-hand side. Loose puck out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Frederick. Now we're going to get an icing. 4:58 remaining in the game. Hogs leading 4-3.
This game is brought to you by Power Electric. Power puts people first.
Bach to Fortner, JC. Face-off grab by the Hogs. And now stolen by JC. Up the right-hand side comes JC. Chips it down into the Hog zone. Foot race for the puck. Hogs will get there first. Now stolen by JC. He's got it back behind the net. Down into the far corner. Will cycle himself up. Comes through the middle. 3 sticks right there, but now saved by Bachta. Bachta will take it down deep into the corner. Takes a shot. Bounces off Langston. Coming up high to Comm. Comm will take a shot wide of the net. Pops up high to Bachta. Bachta tries to get it to Comm. Now slapped out in the neutral zone. Well, Knights will have to regroup. Fortner will send it back to Brown. Brown into the Knight zone. Sends it up the boards towards Com. Now they'll regroup. Com will bring it in up the left-hand side. Peels back for time and space. 4:05 remaining in the game. Sends it near side to JC. JC sauces one up into the air, back behind the net. Grabbed by the Hogs. Send around. Now it's Com holding it in up against the boards. Chip back out into the neutral zone by the Hogs to Fortner. Delayed offsides. Grabbed by the Hogs. Now stolen by Brown at neutral ice. He'll peel back. 3:40 remaining in the game. Up to Fortner. Fortner to JC. JC up the left-hand side to his backhand. Right up front, saved by Langston, grabbed by Pittman. Pittman will sauce one way up in the air. We're going to get an icing on this. They'll blow that one dead. Face off in the northwest zone with 3:24 remain in the game. Knights trailing 4-3. Larson, Smith, and Banks. Braun and Frederick for this face-off. Tied up, comes loose, right to Banks. Shot, Langston with a save. Face-off one down into the corner by the Hogs. Cleared up the boards. Foot race. Sullivan's going to get there. 2-on-1. Oh, nice job by Braun as he's got right in the middle of that one and blocked it away. Now grabbed by Larson behind the net. Up the right-hand side. Everybody, Braun still tied up. Loose puck. Quick shot. Saved by Russo. Comes off to the corner near side. This will be grabbed by Frederick up the right-hand side. Banks stays on side. Shot by Frederick. Saved by Langston. Goes around the boards. This will come out into neutral ice. Grabbed by Braun. Sent up the boards right to Larson. Crosses ice back over to Braun near side. Chip down into the far corner by Braun. This will be grabbed by Keener up the boards. Right to Frederick. Sends it back down. Bounces off Larson. Loose puck. Grabbed by the Hogs. Pressured by Banks. Hogs have got it in the corner. Slap it around the glass. This will come over to Saunders near side. Look for the cross ice pass. Tipped by Banks. Tipped down into the Knight zone. Frederick will come back for this one. Oh, and they called icing. Hogs must have touched it. I thought it was Banks that touched it. So we'll face it off in the northwest zone with 2:20 remaining. JC, Bakta, and Fortner back out there. Com and Brown on the defense. And we got a timeout. .220 remaining in the game. Knights trailing 4-3. We'll look for them to pull Russo here shortly if we can win this face-off down in the northwest zone. Bakta, Fortner, JC, Com and Brown. Russo about 5-10 feet in front of his crease, waiting for this face-off. This will be grabbed right up front by the Hogs. They'll send it into the corner. Bakta will chase over for it, brings it up high to Com. Now pressured by the Hogs. Saunders will poke it out in the neutral zone. Com will have to come back for it. They'll be pressured by Saunders. Saunders will get the steal down low. Now comes to Freed. Fortner misses on the check. Now it's down low. 1:55 remaining in the game. Finally grabbed by Com. Com will bring it up the left-hand side. Here comes Russo to the bench. Com will bring it in, left-hand side. This will bring in Sanders right up front. Backhand by JC. Goes wide of the net. Empty net for the Knights. Brown will hold it in. Can't hold it in right at the blue line. Now backhands it back into the Arkansas zone. They'll sling one. This is towards the net, and icing off the left, just left of the post. Now we'll face it off in the northwest zone. Empty net for the Knights. 1:28 remaining in the game. Bach to JC, Fortner, and Sanders will be the forwards. Com and Brown on the defense. One into the corner. Cleared up the boards. Com holds it in. Com grabs the puck, skates to his forehand. He'll take a shot, deflects, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 10, Evan Com. And the Knights have tied it at 4. Smith, Larson, Banks. Faceoff comes to Brown. Brown will dump it down into the northwest zone. Back behind the net. Pittman will go get it in the far corner. Misses the puck. Banks gets it to Larson. Larson sends it up the board. Now it's grabbed by Com once again. Stolen by Pittman. Stolen back by Com. Com will lose it to some poke checks. Uh-oh. Now here comes Freed. Freed up the right. Looks to center it. Wide of the net. Comes up the boards near side. 45 seconds remaining. Chipped out in the neutral zone. Now back into the Knight zone. This comes to Brown. Brown across ice. Over the stick of Banks. Over to Pittman in the neutral zone. He'll race back into his own zone. A little time and space. Cross ice pass to Saunders. Right up front to Freed. Poked away by Com. Off into the corner. There's Brown in there. Smith's in there. Comes away with Saunders. Saunders whiffs on the pass. Grabbed by Smith. Smith will come in. He'll chip it down into the northwest zone. They'll slap it off the glass. Now blocked back down. Grabbed by Saunders. Sauces one over. Poked away. Uh-oh, here comes Sullivan. Skates in, shoots. Saved by Russo. 4, 3, 2, 1. Another save by Russo, and we're going to have a tie. Big save by Russo at the end of the game to keep this one at 4-4. Off the steal by Northwest. Knights with 2 goals in the fourth to battle back and get a tie out of this and secure at least 1 point in the standings. All right, that's the end of the varsity action. We'll clean the ice. We'll have JV coming up in about 15, 20 minutes as they touch gloves there at Center Ice. Nice competitive battle here between Arkansas and Kansas City. About 20 minutes JV action. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you shortly.